morning, Farmily. It is a beautiful day on the farm. It's supposed to be in the 80s today, which is awesome. I'm loving this glorious warm weather, although I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it this summer when it's in the 80s, but 100% humidity. We'll see. We got some great news on Friday. Let's see, you guys will see this Tuesday. So we got some great news on Friday. We finally closed escrow on our California property. Honestly, you guys, this has been the longest road. The most crazy things have happened to us on this journey, and we'll tell you about it in a later video. Ryan and I need to kind of tell this story together because it's been one of those things where you say, how does this happen and why does this happen to us? Do you remember? Okay, so the video with the kitten, right? And I said that crazy things happen to us more often than I care to admit. This story about selling our California property, it's the same. It's the same. It's a crazy story, and it's just one of those things like, we're just so glad it's done. We're glad it's done. So escrow closed on Friday, and we received the proceeds actually yesterday. So we're getting going. We scheduled chicks to arrive. We're so excited. Like, I'm talking to a guy about a cattle herd. So pretty soon this farm is going to be full of animals, and we're going to be crazy busy as always. But today we have some errands to run in town. We're actually working on a project. We went to Lowe's last night. We needed to get a couple of things, and we decided to go ahead and pick up the sink faucet that we've been wanting to buy. We actually replaced the sink faucet in our California property just a few months before we moved, and we absolutely loved it. And so when we got here, we had like an old, just straight sink faucet. So we were really bummed. And then, of course, we were just kind of pinching pennies because we hadn't sold our California property yet. So we weren't able to buy it, but we did. We bought it yesterday. So then when we go to put it in this morning, the cabinet that is above our sink is too low to fit the faucet because it's one that goes like, it makes like a big curve, which is awesome. We love it. It's great for like washing pots and things like that. But the cabinet was too low, so we couldn't get the faucet in. So of course, right then and there, we decide, take the cabinet out. So we've got the cabinet out. I'm going to go put the animals out on pasture real quick, and then we're going to get back to the build. So follow along with us as we do that today. And, oh, there's Simmy. Hi, Sim. There's Simmy coming out of the barn, his favorite spot to be. Anyways, so we're going to place that sink faucet today after I get the animals out on pasture. So while I was in here, I actually wanted to give you a little bit of an update on Osu. So if you remember in a couple of videos ago, I talked about how we were putting him in the paddock with all of the animals, but putting him in a kennel just so he could get used to being out there and feel safe out there and all that stuff. Well, he's been out there for a few weeks now, so we decided the other day to go ahead and just leave him loose in the paddock with his kennel, and we were a little bit concerned that he would try and leave or not, just not stay out there. But I am very pleased to say that he spent the entire day out in the paddock, out of his kennel, and he stayed. We are so happy. He was happy. He was laying next to his kennel when I came out and checked on him. He was laying next to his kennel with all of the goats kind of just around him, all resting in the shade. And it was just really awesome to see because honestly, that's what we got him for. So we were pretty happy that he was doing that. So, that he's doing what he's intended for, hanging out with his animals. And then last night when I went out to do chores and put everybody away, the coyotes were out already. It was a little bit later because we were in town, but the coyotes were out and they were howling, and he was out here barking at them. So he was already in his stall when they started howling, but he was barking at them from his stall in the barn. So I was pretty excited to hear that. Pretty excited that he was, stayed out here with his animals all day. And yeah, it's just really a great feeling. I was pretty worried about, his status and if we had really messed him up, but I'm glad that he's kind of recovered from our mistake, and he's doing a great job, and we really love having him with the herd. Pretty soon is separating the cows from the goats. The cows really need to be out on pasture basically 24/7 because they need to be eating from sun up to sundown. The goats don't seem to need as much feed, but I noticed that the cows, they look pretty thin in the mornings when I go, put them out. So, and we don't get out here, with the kids and stuff, like we can't get out here at the crack of dawn. So they need to be out 24/7. So my plan for them is to have them in their own set of hot fence and then have the goats in another. So when we get the commercial sheep and cows, we'll probably end up putting the beef cows in with that herd and then putting the dairy cow in with the goats. Our plan is to have the sheep herd and the cow herd, the beef herd, all together in one kind of group. That way they're just easier to move. We'll have to give them a bigger section, obviously, but obviously it'll be easier to move. We'll have one set of fencing that we have to move instead of two different flocks of fencing. So that's actually, I ordered that this morning, another round of fencing, and then, like I said, we've been talking to a guy about a cattle herd, so hopefully we'll be able to get some of those and some sheep pretty soon, and they can start eating this pasture because, like I said previously, the grass is growing by leaps and bounds, and we really need to get some animals here. So I'm just looking up at the ceiling. I think there's a bird up there. But we need to get some animals on here to start eating this pasture. So hopefully everybody will be coming pretty soon and they can get going, and then we can get the cow herd separated like we need to from the goats. And honestly, I don't want to be bringing them in and out of the barn because they make a huge mess in the stall. Like, their poop is so different than the goat poop. The goats have like tiny little berries, and that's awesome. They're easy to clean. The cow poop is just a big patty, and then they step in it, and it makes a huge, like, disgusting mess in the stalls. So I really don't want them in here unless they need to be in here for some sort of reason. But so we're going to get them moved out as soon as possible. All right, I got to get the rabbits fed, and then we're going to get in. Ryan just texted me that he needed some help with this sink project, so I'm going to get the rabbits fed and watered, and then get in and get this faucet installed. Getting the counter cleared. We actually took out this cabinet already because we like a high sink faucet and it didn't fit. So we decided to go ahead and just take the cabinet out. So 4 screws later, and we have a lovely drywall piece that we'll have to figure out what to fix. And we're going to replace this sink faucet right now. So I feel like today is going to be one of those like kind of catch-all days. We've got just a lot of stuff to do around the house and around the farm. Ryan actually went out to do some mowing because, like I said, the grass is getting a little bit crazy, and I've got some work to do in the house. We had family here this weekend, so things just kind of need to be tidied up. I need to make our bread and snacks for the week for the girls, and just kind of clean up. You know how it is with family, like you just don't stay up on top of any cleaning or tidying that you have to do. So the kitchen is kind of a mess, the living room is kind of a mess, we're doing laundry. It's just sort of one of those like domestic type days, just kind of an everyday life. So yeah, we're gonna get that done. Like I said, Ryan is out mowing, so I'm gonna get here. The girls are having a snack. I've got Lulu in her pack, her favorite place, and we're gonna get this house cleaned up. About every, third day, give or take. So, but she knows that she's got to be quiet in there, that way she doesn't wake up the little ones. So they are resting, and I'm going to get some bread made for our sandwich bread and dinner in the Instapot. I'm going to make carnitas for dinner tonight. So I'm going to cut up a pork roast and get it cooking in the Instapot, and then get the living room cleaned. It's a little hard to clean in the living room around them, especially when Lulu is awake. We have hard floors in the living room, so I don't have a space to put her down yet, although I am in the market for a big rug for that space. So that's the plan, but right now I just need to get this stuff made, and then I need to get the living room cleaned up. actually didn't finish filming making the bread. The girls woke up and it just got a little bit crazy. So I got bread made, I got the carnitas made. We actually ended up having just tacos for dinner because time got away from us. Ryan was actually mowing until, I don't know, probably 5:30 or something like that. So he got like one pasture done. I think it was probably like I think it's our broiler pasture, so I think it's like 10 acres, but took him almost all afternoon. We're gonna need to get another mower deck for the tractor, and we're actually going tomorrow to go look at zero-turn mowers. I think we're going to look for more of like a commercial mower, just because we have so much property that we're going to need to be mowing. That's probably going to be like the level that we're going to need to be at is one of the bigger, like the 60-inch mower decks and all the things. So, and I know Ryan wants to get like a roll bar on it. That way we're pretty safe, you know, with some of the hills that we need to mow here. But anyways, so we're done. I just got chores, or just heading out to get chores done, getting all the animals in and fed, and then I'm gonna call it a night. So thanks for following along with us today. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.